EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Cleveland and the newly named Huntington Bank Field, the home of the Browns. DeAndre Carter on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. A toss left side, caught by his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. The motion man is Johnson. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1 from the interior, Harrison Phillips, there for the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now Flacco. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
3rd down is the down that pass rushers live for. More often than not, they know it's a passing situation, and they get to just pin their ears back and go. Here early in this game, they're able to bring down the quarterback, and I got a feeling this won't be the last time.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez, to punt for Cleveland. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Now here's Aaron Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball is going to go.
Second and 7. They run it once more with Jones. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Here's 3rd and 7. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Back deep, DeAndre Carter to return. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The drive starts with a carry by 4. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Flacco to throw. He'll get this complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
The only way the quarterback has time to allow that receiver to go that far is if the big boys up front do their job. I mean, the protection was excellent. The quarterback had all the time in the world to let his wide receiver work open, and when you can pass protect like that, you're going to generate a lot of big plays.
That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down.
On the ground, this is 4. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Flacco. A quick slant into the hands of Johnson. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Here's Flacco. He's got it at about the 8. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
I love this decision here, Mike. 3rd and inches, everyone in the building's just thinking you're going to just plow it up the middle and get a fresh set of downs. This is probably the best opportunity to strike downfield in the passing game, and that's exactly what they did.
Strong. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Now here's 2nd and goal. Throwing, Flacco. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Deontay Johnson, touchdown Cleveland. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Play action now. It's McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Addison.
Really nice job there of not only tracking the ball, but then putting yourself in position to make the play. And that's step 1. I promise you step 2 on that sideline. His secondary coach is saying, hey, next time you can get your hand on the ball, let's try to come away with that takeaway.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first down with Jones. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Here's Ryan Wright now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The motion man is Johnson. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. Here's Flacco to throw. And that is incomplete. The veteran Harrison Smith around the ball like he's been most of his career.
Might be wise for this quarterback to try somebody else in coverage here, Mike. This guy's known for being a savvy playmaker once the ball's in the air, and he showed why by swatting that ball away, and he's going to pick up a PBU on the stat sheet.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He'll look underneath here for Jones. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. In motion, it's Jefferson. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Minnesota. Here's McCarthy. There's Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw once more. Here's McCarthy. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll put Addison in motion. On 3rd down, here's Jones. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for Minnesota. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. To throw is Flacco. Here's a screen set up for 4. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They face 2nd down and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle to his tight end, Njoku. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking deep here for Tillman.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
He's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll put Addison in motion. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Chandler now to return it. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. To throw, it's McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. That one going nowhere, but a late penalty flag comes in. They may get bailed out here. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
You know, the reality is a lot of times bubble screens are just added on to a traditional run. And you're saying to the quarterback, don't hand the ball off if you don't think it's a good look. But what you're not counting for is that he decides to throw it out to the bubble and you end up losing yardage.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it because at some point something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
1st and 10. Flacco to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Flacco. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Now Flacco. That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
Going deep downfield for Judy. And he'll take it on in. Jerry Judy. Touchdown, Browns.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Here's Hopkins now after the touchdown. He'll boot this one away. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
2nd and 11. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? McCarthy to the air on second down. That one knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And third down coming up.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he's not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll begin here on the ground. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. They'll stick with him again. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. They get 15 on that game. It's a Browns first down.
I really like the rhythm that this offense has found. I mean, that third down, that wasn't a layup by any means, but they made it look easy. Everybody was exactly where they needed to be. The quarterback did a nice job working through his progression, saying, okay, I understand this is zone defense. I understand where the limitations of the coverage are. I'm going to get to that spot on the field as fast as I can, deliver the ball, pick up the first down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. They give it, and it's 4. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. Third and a yard. We'll try to pick this one up on the ground. He's going to have a Browns first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's caught by Ford. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Flacco. Open man, and that's Tillman. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll run with Ford. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed, and he's tracked down behind the line. A couple of 3rd down conversions already on this drive. This one tougher. This is 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns stake themselves to a 17-0 lead. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Now a handoff to Ford. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. They'll run once more with Ford. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. Here's Flacco. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the Browns stake themselves to a 17-0 lead. So Hopkins now, following the made field goal, back out to send it away. On the return is Rodgers. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. 2nd and 2. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Over the middle, that's the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. To the air once more is McCarthy. He's going to let one fly for Addison.
He told us earlier in the week that his ball skills might actually be better than some of the guys he's covering, and we kind of chuckled. But it's pretty clear to see where that confidence comes from, Mike. I mean, the next step for him, not only go up and attack that ball at its highest point, but come down with the pick.
McCarthy gonna look to throw again. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, it's McCarthy. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. And it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again is McCarthy. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson.
Complete to T.J. Hawkinson. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
One of the biggest differentiators for a lot of these defenders, Mike, is a lot of them can stay in tight coverage. But where the special guys separate themselves is what do they do once the ball is in the air? They almost turn into offensive players with their ability to track it, and this is a great example here why.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
They'll look to throw for it with McCarthy. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Sometimes you can get a little carried away when you feel like things are going your way, and I think that's the case here, Mike. You get the touchdown. Now they're thinking, all right, let's get the ball right back to our offense. In this case, I think the aggressiveness ends up costing them.
The Browns offense ready to take over once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Browns. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and are going to send their fans home quite happy. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dog Pound's happy. It's a win for the Browns as we say farewell from Cleveland.